Hello everyone and welcome back to the Change Dude podcast. I am your host Saeed Rafe. Today we are taking a deep dive into an area that's transforming lives around the globe. Education technology or EdTech. In this episode we will explore how technology has changed education over the decades. From the early days of computer-assisted learning to today's virtual classrooms and AI-driven personalized learning. We will trace the historical developments and share real-world examples of breakthrough innovations. I'll also share insights into the practical realities, challenges, and future possibilities of EdTech, and how these changes are shaping a more accessible and effective educational landscape worldwide. So settle in and let's embark on this journey together. Let's start at the very beginning. Education as we know it today has undergone a remarkable transformation over centuries. Yet, the intersection of technology and learning is not entirely new. In fact, some of the earliest forms of educational innovation were technological in nature. Back in ancient civilizations, storytelling, art, and early writing systems were among the first tools for education. In ancient Greece, for instance, scholars used oral traditions, dramatic plays, and written works like those of Plato and Aristotle to teach philosophy, science, and history. Similarly, in ancient India, texts like the Vedas were passed down through intricate oral traditions. These early methods laid the foundation for how we share knowledge today. Fast forward several centuries to the 15th century, when Johannes Gutenberg invented the printing press. This innovation revolutionized education by making books more accessible and affordable, dramatically increasing literacy rates and spreading knowledge far and wide. It was the first major technological leap that democratized learning. Moving into the 20th century, the next major breakthrough came with the advent of computers. In the 1960s and 70s, educational institutions began experimenting with computer-assisted instruction. Mainframe computers were used in universities, and pioneers in computer science developed early educational softwares that offered interactive learning experiences. During the 1980s and 90s, personal computers became more common, and so did educational software. Programs like math tutoring applications and language learning software started to gain popularity. In classrooms across the globe, computers were introduced as a tool to enhance traditional teaching methods. However, these early digital tools were relatively simple and served mainly as supplements to face-to-face learning. The explosion of internet in late 1990s brought another wave of change in education. Suddenly, information was at our fingertips. Distance education became a reality as online courses and e-learning platforms like Blackboard and Moodle emerged, enabling learners to access educational content from anywhere in the world. As the new millennium arrived, technology continued to reshape education. Massive open online courses, or MOOCs, emerged, making world-class courses from prestigious universities accessible to millions globally. Platforms such as Coursera, edX, and Udacity allowed anyone with an internet connection to learn subjects ranging from computer science to philosophy. These historical milestones show us that education has always been intertwined with technology. Each breakthrough, from the printing press to the internet, has democratized knowledge and expanded access. Today, we stand on the brink of another revolutionary leap in education, the modern EdTech evolution powered by artificial intelligence, virtual reality, and personalized learning. Today, education is experiencing a digital renaissance. Modern EdTech is not just about online courses. It's about creating personalized, immersive, and flexible learning experiences. Let's take a closer look at what the EdTech landscape looks like right now. Since the pandemic, virtual learning has become a cornerstone of modern education. Schools, universities, and training institutes have shifted to hybrid models that combine online and in-person instruction. Platforms like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and Google Classroom are now ubiquitous, enabling interactive virtual classrooms. These tools have not only maintained continuity in education during challenging times, but they have also opened up opportunities for global collaboration and remote learning. One of the most exciting advancements in modern EdTech is the use of artificial intelligence to create personalized learning experiences. AI-powered adaptive learning systems assess a student's strengths, weaknesses, and learning pace, then tailor content accordingly. Imagine a mathematics tutor that adapts its difficulty level in real time as you solve problems. Companies like Newton and Dreambox Learning are already leveraging artificial intelligence to revolutionize how personalized education can be delivered, ensuring that each student gets a customized learning experience. Another trend shaping the current state of EdTech is gamification, which is through the incorporation of game elements into learning environments. By making education interactive and fun, gamification increases engagement and retention. Platforms like Kahoot and Duolingo are prime examples where learning is transformed into an enjoyable activity. These approaches not only improve educational outcomes but also make learning accessible and engaging for people of all ages. Virtual reality and augmented reality are gradually making their way into educational settings. VR offers immersive experiences that simulate real-world environments, making it possible for students to conduct virtual experiments, explore historical sites, or practice surgical techniques without the associated risks. Augmented reality can overlay digital information on the physical world, providing interactive learning experiences in subjects like biology, chemistry, and geography. Modern EdTech also leverages robust data analytics to track student performance and engagement. Learning management systems or LMS like Canvas and Moodle provide educators with detailed insights into student progress, enabling data-driven decisions to enhance learning outcomes. This has led to improved transparency and accountability in education. Cloud computing underpins much of today's EdTech innovations. The cloud provides the scalability and flexibility needed to deliver digital education resources to millions of learners simultaneously. It also makes it possible for educational institutions to store and analyze vast amounts of data, driving further improvements in personalized learning and performance tracking. Finally, social learning platforms have redefined how students and teachers interact. Platforms like Edmodo and Piazza create communities where learners can collaborate, share knowledge, and provide peer support. This fosters a more interactive learning environment and enhances overall educational outcomes. The current state of EdTech is dynamic and multifaceted. It's not just about delivering content digitally, it's about rethinking the entire learning experience. As technology continues to evolve, the boundary between the traditional classroom and digital learning is increasingly blurred, paving the way for a more accessible, inclusive, and engaging educational future. Now that we have covered where we stand today, let's imagine what the future might hold for education technology. The possibilities are both exciting and transformative. In the near future, we expect to see highly sophisticated AI-driven tutoring systems that go beyond simple adaptive learning. These systems will be capable of understanding a student's emotional state, adapting not only the difficulty of the material, but also the teaching style accordingly. Imagine a tutor that can detect frustration or excitement and adjust its delivery to optimize engagement and understanding. Virtual reality will continue to evolve, and its integration into education could revolutionize the way we learn. Future virtual classrooms may offer fully immersive environments where students can interact with digital objects and simulations as if they were physical, breaking down geographical and economic barriers to high-quality education. For example, a medical student could virtually perform a surgery with the precision and realism that bridges the gap between theory and practice. The future will bring even more personalized learning experiences. With the advancement of big data and machine learning, educational platforms will be able to predict learning needs and outcomes with high accuracy. Predictive analytics can identify students who might be at risk of falling behind and suggest tailored interventions before it's too late. This proactive approach will revolutionize how educators manage classroom dynamics and individual learning trajectories. Blockchain technology could be used to create immutable, verifiable digital credentials. This could revolutionize the way we view degrees and certifications. Imagine a future where your skills and learning achievements are recorded on a blockchain, a transparent record that employers can trust, reducing the reliance on traditional educational institutions and leveling the playing field for self-taught professionals. As gamification continues to evolve, we can expect more immersive and interactive gaming elements that not only engage students but also teach critical skills in a fun, engaging manner. The line between education and entertainment will blur, making learning a seamless and enjoyable part of everyday life. With increasing internet penetration and the global push towards digital inclusion, the future of EdTech holds the promise of truly democratizing education. Technologies such as satellite internet and low-cost devices will enable remote and underserved regions to access world-class educational resources. This global access is the key to creating a more equitable world where talent is nurtured regardless of geography or economic background. The pace of technological change means that learning is a lifelong journey. Future EdTech platforms will create ecosystems that support continuous learning, providing not just K-12 education or higher education but also upskilling, reskilling, and even personal development resources throughout one's career. These platforms will integrate with professional networks, offering personalized learning paths that evolve with market demands. Social and collaborative learning platforms will become even more integral. Imagine learning communities that use AI to connect you with peers who have similar learning styles or complementary skills, forming global study groups and project teams that transcend traditional classroom boundaries. As EdTech becomes more pervasive, issues of data privacy, algorithmic bias, and digital ethics will be at the forefront. Future platforms will not only aim to provide robust educational content, but will also ensure that privacy and ethical standards are maintained. Organizations like the EdTech Alliance are already advocating for responsible data practices in education. Finally, the future of EdTech will be closely tied to real-world skills and competencies. Augmented reality, for instance, may be used to simulate complex real-life scenarios, be it in engineering, medicine, or environmental science, providing hands-on experience in a controlled virtual setting. This will bridge the gap between theoretical knowledge and practical applications, enhancing employability and real-world problem-solving. The possibilities for the future of EdTech are vast, but as with major innovations, these potential advancements also come with challenges, technological, financial, and social. It's our responsibility as developers, educators, and industry professionals to navigate these challenges with a commitment to inclusivity, transparency, and continuous improvement. Let's pivot now to discuss practical approaches and real-world implementations that are already revolutionizing education. Companies like Khan Academy and Coursera have set the stage for digital education by providing platforms that allow learners to access courses from anywhere, at any time. These platforms are evolving to offer more interactive content, such as live Q&A sessions, peer collaboration tools, and adaptive learning systems that adjust content to each student's pace and understanding. Innovative startups and universities are now using VR and AR to create immersive learning experiences. For example, medical schools are incorporating VR simulations to allow students to practice surgical procedures in a risk-free environment. In engineering, AR applications help students visualize complex machinery and conduct virtual repairs or assembly tasks, bridging the gap between theory and practical application. As mentioned earlier, artificial intelligence plays a crucial role in tailoring education to the individual. Platforms like Duolingo use artificial intelligence to personalize language learning, while platforms like Coursera and Udacity adapt course material based on learner performance. By providing real-time feedback and adaptive challenges, these systems help ensure that each student remains engaged and challenged appropriately. One of the most promising developments is the use of blockchain technology for credentials. Institutions are beginning to issue digital certificates that are transparent, secure, and easily verifiable. This not only increases trust in credentials, but also enables lifelong learning records that can be updated continuously as new skills are acquired. Games have long been recognized for their ability to engage users. Gamification in education goes beyond simple quizzes. It involves creating immersive, interactive learning experiences. By integrating storylines, achievements, and rewards, gamified platforms foster a love for learning and making challenging subjects more approachable. This method is particularly effective in STEM subjects, where abstract concepts can be made concrete through engaging gameplay. The integration of social learning is transforming how education is delivered. Platforms like Piazza and Edmodo provide spaces for students to collaborate, share resources, and support one another. These communities are not only about learning content, they also promote the development of soft skills like teamwork, communication, and problem solving. Modern EdTech platforms now incorporate sophisticated analytics that track learner progress in real time. Teachers and administrators can use this data to adjust curricula, provide targeted interventions, and celebrate success. The availability of robust data analytics tools ensure that education becomes a more dynamic, responsive process. While we often discuss sustainability in the context of software development or cloud computing, it's equally vital in education. As EdTech platforms expand, ensuring that they are energy efficient and sustainable is crucial. Innovations in green coding and efficient data processing are being integrated into educational platforms to reduce their carbon footprint and promote environmentally responsible practices. All these practical approaches are not mutually exclusive. They work best when integrated into a cohesive strategy aimed at maximizing learning outcomes while minimizing resource consumption and promoting inclusivity. Let's now zoom out and consider how technology is transforming the very fabric of education, and in turn society. We are witnessing a paradigm shift where education is no longer confined to traditional classroom settings. It's becoming a dynamic ecosystem that fosters innovation and critical thinking. For centuries, access to quality education was limited to a privileged few. Today, thanks to digital technologies, anyone with an internet connection can access world-class courses and resources. This democratization of education has enormous societal implications, as it levels the playing field and empowers individuals from all backgrounds to pursue knowledge and innovation. The evolution of EdTech is fueling innovation on multiple fronts. When learners are exposed to a diverse range of perspectives and interactive content, they are more likely to think creatively and solve problems in novel ways. For instance, interdisciplinary learning combining subjects like coding, design, and entrepreneurship can lead to breakthroughs that are truly transformative. Companies such as Google and Apple have long championed the integration of arts and sciences, and the current wave of EdTech is bringing that vision into sharper focus. The notion that learning stops after graduation is outdated. The future demands a culture of continuous education where professionals engage in lifelong learning to stay ahead. As the pace of technological change accelerates, the ability to continually adapt and upskill becomes essential for both individual success and overall economic growth. This shift is not just about personal development, it's about building a resilient, informed society that can navigate future challenges and opportunities. Education is not only about knowledge transfer, it's also a powerful tool for promoting sustainability and inclusivity. By leveraging technology, we can create learning environments that are more energy efficient, accessible, and inclusive. Initiatives like open educational resources and remote learning platforms ensure that quality education is available to all, regardless of geographic or socioeconomic barriers. The ripple effects of a robust EdTech ecosystem are immense. Improved education leads to a more skilled workforce, which in turn drives innovation and economic growth. Research from the World Bank shows that every additional year of schooling can increase a person's earnings by up to 10%. Moreover, with higher educational levels, communities become more resilient and better equipped to tackle global challenges from climate change to technological disruption. The convergence of technology and education is setting the stage for a future where learning is integrated into every aspect of life. As we embrace these changes, we have the opportunity to create a better, more informed society, one that leverages innovation to solve real-world problems and paves the way for a brighter, more inclusive future. Before we wrap up today's discussion, let's summarize the key points from our deep dive into the evolution of EdTech. We began by tracing the roots of education from the oral traditions of ancient civilizations to the digital revolution of 20th and 21st centuries. Each breakthrough has democratized knowledge and made learning more accessible. Today, technology is transforming education through virtual classrooms, personalized artificial intelligence-driven learning systems, immersive VR and AR experiences, and robust data analytics. The use of cloud computing has also enabled scalable and flexible educational platforms. We discussed a variety of practical strategies, from integrated learning platforms and gamified education to blockchain-based credentialing and real-time analytics. These approaches are already reshaping how education is delivered and experienced. Looking forward, EdTech is poised to transform into an ecosystem that supports lifelong learning, fosters innovation, and drives global inclusion. With intelligent tutoring systems, immersive virtual classrooms, and ethical, inclusive practices, the future of education holds endless possibilities. The changes in EdTech are not confined to individual learning. They have broad societal implications. They promote economic growth, increase social mobility, and empower communities worldwide through access to quality education. So here are some of the key takeaways. Lifelong learning is the cornerstone of future success in our fast-changing world. Technology is the great enabler in education, breaking barriers of cost, geography, and accessibility. Our robust EdTech ecosystem not only advances individual knowledge, but also catalyzes societal transformation by fostering innovation, sustainability, and inclusion. Thank you for joining me on this comprehensive journey through the evolution of education technology. Today we explored the past, present, and the future of EdTech, uncovering how technology is revolutionizing education and why it matters for individuals and society at large. We learned that the digital age has transformed traditional education into a dynamic, global ecosystem where learning is accessible to all. With innovations like personalized AI tutors, immersive VR classrooms, and blockchain-based credentials, the way we acquire and share knowledge is changing dramatically. The future is bright and filled with opportunities, but it requires a commitment to continuous learning, collaboration, and ethical practices. So remember, every technological advancement in education not only empowers us with new skills, but also has the potential to create lasting social change. As we stand on the brink of this educational revolution, it's up to all of us, students, educators, developers, and leaders, to embrace these changes and help shape a more inclusive, innovative, and sustainable future. If you found today's deep dive enlightening, please subscribe to the Change Dude podcast, leave a review, and share it with your network. Your feedback and support are what drive this community forward. Until next time, keep learning, keep innovating, and always be curious about what comes next. I'm your host, Said Rafe, signing off. I'll see you in the next episode.